Hello gamers, and welcome back to Let's Play Battle Brothers on the Switch with the switchers in this tutorial campaign. We are actually still in the tutorial part of the game as well. To visit Schachtheim northwest of Talbach. This force size has been increased, by the way, for the Switch version. Recruit at least 3 more men, buy weapons and armor for our men. So basically, as you can see at the top left, we pay 45 crowns per day. We could recruit people in Talbach, but if we did that, we would pay them on the way to Schachtheim northwest of Talbach. So we actually need to go there. As you can see, the map is covered in a fog of war. That's my choice because I prefer it like that. It's a new thing that was patched into the game in last year. You can deactivate it for, in particular, if you want to see seed is, for example, that you have port access in the north and the south, so you can later on travel by boat, that you have villages nearby, that you can actually get early missions, and so on. You travel faster on the road, so we stay on the road. And by the way, with regards to the map, one thing about Battle Brothers is that everything you see is what you get. So let's say we were to start a fight here in the forest, we would actually be fighting in the forest. Then we've got this village here, Talbach, and they've got a lumber camp, and that also means that they produce lumber as a trade good. And here, for example, there's a gatherer's hut, and they find like berries and roots to eat. And so you can actually, by just looking at the map without ever having visited that place, it'll tell you something about the place. Here you can see taxidermist, relations open and relations neutral. That's the noble house. And so you have relations with the locations, but also with the noble house. Later on, the noble house will give us contracts as well. Here we don't know much about that place, but we can see already that there's a workshop. They make all kinds of tools, so we can buy cheap tools here. They are important to repair your equipment. Goat pens for cheese, and more we don't know yet. Let's to Schachtheim. I'm clicking A on the road. I could click directly and it happens, but the pathfinding is okay, unless there's like water in the way. Then it's a bit tricky and you should go for shorter distances. But here now it seems to be working quite nicely. You can walk in the mountains as well, just not in the snowy bits. And there's a swamp. We can always easily pause by pressing L, or speed it up by pressing R again. This is a gem mine, but it's been destroyed. They will repair it. I think it's been, oh no, it has not been destroyed, I think. Along the way, never been to Schachtheim before, Hagen sees fit to add his opinion to what you should do. If there's a good tavern, I say that's where we should go first. Yeah, you can get like clues there, drink for boost. So here you can see. Okay, no, it's actually attacked. I thought it's broken. That's a mine, and there are some peasants. We could attack them by pressing B, but Schachtheim would not like us for that, and I don't think they have much loot. So let's continue. At night, the shop's closed, so let's hope we arrive on time. And we did. We can't contract because we currently already have a contract. There's a temple. Here you can heal your wounded guy for money, so it's a speed up thing basically. That's the tavern. So we could, get some rumors and pay around for our men for a morale boost. So always recruit first if you want to do that. And here it's what's happening, disappearing and ambush trade route. And so we can already tell these about that. If you want to know exactly what this means, like what the effects are on the village, like on prices and stuff, you can check that online. Or if you play on the PC, there's a mod, kind of a cheat that tells you that. Let's take a look at the men. So there are only 3 guys in total, and I think we will have to recruit them because we need to recruit 3, and I didn't check at the other place. So he is a farmer. As you can see from here, a farmhand. All the different backgrounds come with a range of stats. I will show in a bit. So for example, if I've opened the Wikipedia and I'll link it in the description below. For example, where I see a farmhand has like an average health of, or hit points of 66, an average melee attack of 52, average melee defense of 2.5. It's all in all very, very average. And for that I think he's too expensive. Then we've got Horst. He is an apprentice. So for example, the averages of him are very poor as well. The fisherman has more or less the same poor stats. So we could just recruit these three, but they are very expensive per month, these two. Depending on the backgrounds you have with you, or per day rather, you get different options in dialogues and events as well. Well, what you can also is you can try them out, but that only reveals traits, and for cheap guys it's not really necessary. Let's hire him, and let's actually, for the sake of the tutorial, try him out. So we've tried him out, and now we know that he is disloyal. Oh no, he's loyal actually. This character is loyal to the end and much less likely to leave. Yeah, pretty good. Let's hire him for 9.6. It cost 40. Okay. He is insecure, will never be of confident morale. That sucks, we won't take him. So what we're going to do now is take a look at, we see we've got some spare and weapons. Tools are very expensive because they are ambushed or have been ambushed. A bludgeon is a good weapon to begin with. We should get one shield. Press L to buy, and maybe one bludgeon. But everything else we won't buy here because it's expensive. Let's equip our guys in case we get attacked. I will explain all of this in a second. And let's just, be ready in case we get attacked. All right. Now what we're going to do is travel back and hope that we can recruit someone in Talbach. And as you can see, instead of paying 45 crowns per day, we now pay 61. Obviously we also consume more food. Oh, damn it. Enter. I misclicked. Just 1 second. Here we go. Talbach. Oh, they have a Daytailor and a Poacher. Poacher are archers, so that would be an interesting call. They are rather the cheap archers. They have about, on average, 8 ranged skill. And the best are actually, or ranged people, the hunters. And they have a, where is it here, 55.5 on average. But we'll go for the Poacher, so we have one ranged guy, another ranged guy. A good idea to have like 3 ranged guys on average. He already came with weapons, so the recruitment price for the people also increases, depending on the equipment they come with. So a more expensive guy for the initial cost is not necessarily better. Okay, now we got really unlucky with him, and I will explain you why. Let's take a look at the characters. So what you can see here is the skills they can use in battle. Quick shot is the standard shot and an aimed shot that consumes all action points more with a chance. If I was this weapon, you can see it change to flail and an attack to the head, slash. Here we've got our equipment. That's our item slots for like let's say a melee weapon or a potion, bandages. This is the body armor, head armor, equipment like an amulet or a dog that you can release into. Your main hand, your second hand. Some weapons like the bow are two-handed or like axe. This woodcutter's axe here. And then that's the quiver for ammunition. Yeah. And pay attention, you need a quiver of arrows for the bow and a quiver of bolts for the crossbow. Down here you can always see the background. So he's a poacher, which has, like I said, influence on the events and stuff. Then these are the traits. So he's fragile, which means his hit points are decreased by 10. That's really bad. He's also a bleeder, which means he receives additional damage, like when he gets the bleeding debuff, because he's cut with a cleaver, for example. It lasts one additional turn. And that's the morale. He's in good spirit, which means he has a 25% chance to start battle at confident morale. If you start at confident morale, you get a 10% boost to like melee attack, melee defense, and so on. If you have normal morale, there's no bonus. And if you have, and the worse it gets, you get up to minus 30%, which is a lot. Here we've got the head armor that protects the head, obviously. If the head gets hit, there's an increased 50% increase in damage to your hit points. Note that some weapons are more effective against armor than others, and some weapons kind of can pierce through armor. This armor, so if the body gets hit, points will be deducted from until it's gone. Points is self-explanatory. Now we've got action points. In combat you usually have 9 points, which is usually enough for attacks. On normal ground you need 2 action points to walk one tile. Grounds like a swamp, where you need like more. But there are certain perks to negate that. Fatigue is basically your stamina. You build it up by using skills and walking. So if you don't have spare fatigue, you can't do anything. This is the current morale. It also, come on, here we go. It also shows you when there's a morale check triggered. When you kill someone, when you see an enemy being killed, when you see an ally be killed, an ally flee, and you get hit. This is your willpower, which kind of influences that. So the higher the better. And yeah, and it helps you with those morale checks if you have a high resolve. This is the initiative. It basically determines the turn order. This is your melee attack, and this determines the chance to hit the enemy. The ranged skill determines the chance to hit the enemy with a ranged skill. Melee defense, the higher the better, because it increases the chance to not get hit by the enemy. This is the same but for ranged attacks. This is the current damage output. It's between 30 and 50. And as you can see, if I change that, it's between 12 and 31. So you can look at that. Here we can see the effectiveness against armor, the base percentage of damage that will be applied when hitting protected by armor. Once the armor is destroyed, the weapon damage applies 100% to the hit points. So effectiveness against armor is 50, which means 50% are stopped by the armor and 50% go through to the hit points. And with this weapon, for example, also 50%, 60% effectiveness with the crossbow, 75% with the cleaver. The axe is super effective, and some damage even ignores the armor. And as you can see here, the spear. Once the armor is destroyed, the weapon damage, the base percent of damage that will be applied when hitting a target protected armor. Yeah, so this only applies 90% of damage in total. So if the enemy wears an armor, he gets 90% of 25 to 30. This is a chance to hit the head. And that's the vision. The higher the vision, the further you can shoot, basically. And it's, for example, reduced by certain helmets, by very good helmets. Yeah, this is where we can put our battle brothers. Okay, move them around, and that's the first line, second line, and that actually determines where they will start on the battlefield. Yeah, so much for that. We won't look into the perks just yet. Then I said this was a poor guy. You can see he's got talent. The talents you can increase values 3 times, but only 1 per skill, but 3 total. The amount differs depending on the skill, but it's +1 certainty for each star. You can have up to 3 stars. So instead of, for example, an upgrade of 1 to 3, he can get an upgrade of 2 to 4. So this also determines which weapons you should give them in the long run. So this guy, for example, he's decent because he's loyal, and he has a star in melee, a star in health, and a star in resolve. That's decent. We could make him our bannerman in the future. This guy is really good with already a high skill here and 2 stats here. He's fat, that gives him hit points but reduces his fatigue, and he's bloodthirsty, all kills are fatalities. Also good with resolve. This guy is good with health and fatigue and resolve, so not that great, but a high starting point here. And this guy is also very decent, high health, with some resolve, melee, not too bad. Yeah, and he has Eagle Eyes +1 vision, also helps seeing opponents. Also, please note that this guy, the spear, gives you an 10%, even 20% increased chance to hit. So that's pretty strong, and that makes the spear a good starting weapon. Let's give it to him because his skill is worse, or his attribute is worse. And yeah, and give +10%, I believe. We should be ready now. There we go. Unfinished business. Reinhard the Guildmaster. Okay, let's go and take out Hoggart the Weasel. I won't read all the text. You can pause if you want to. And now we've got the quest to a hideout. Sometimes you don't know where they are, and it's just as like somewhere you need to find something. But often it's marked on the map. And look at this. There's even a road going down to the south, and we're going on the direct way. Sometimes you find locations in the wilderness as well, like including legendary locations. Look at this, we found something. There, a forgotten homestead. There are some young orc, and the location is on a hill. That's bad because you have to fight uphill, and that's very dangerous. They can shoot down, and they have an increased chance to hit when they attack enemies below. I won't now because it's night and we have 2 archers to range game. They are on a hill as well. And they have a few brigand thugs and a brigand poacher. Sometimes you can see what you will be up against. Sometimes it's misleading, like disguised enemies. In this case it's very likely we can camp, speed things up a bit. You can be attacked while camped. And that was a question in YouTube. So you can still get attacked. It's morning, let's attack. Okay, engage. We could still fall back, but we won't. Okay, this is Forgot the Wheel, and you can see he has better equipment, and this is only like this weapon, not a proper bow. What we can do is we can show the blocked tiles. Everything is hex, it's a hex grid. Alright then, we're just going to wait. We let them come because we have the archers, which means they will be coming. Let's shoot already with an aimed shot. 51%, or let's actually wait. I press the L button, puts us at the end of the, and we have a delay later on with him as well, because when they come closer we have a better chance to head here. With him, so my idea now is these three guys here, block them, move him here with the spear, the shield has him with defense, and there's a special thing, that's the spear wall. Let's activate it, costs 4 AP. And now if an enemy moves into his zone of control, basically the tiles surrounding him, then he will try to attack them, and if he hits them it causes damage and they are being repelled. So with him I think we won't go here because that would trigger it. We could go here and just keep that open, but I think I'd rather have him go, so let's him wait. With him I want to go here and let's try our luck. But I won't attack just yet, and I will tell you, okay, no, I should not, maybe not move in with him, because he has no arm. I'm going to wait with him. I'll show you why in a moment. Now with the quick shot, it's a 44%, that's good enough. We hit him. I press down on the digipad to show you what happened here. Uses quick shot, chance 4, we rolled a 19. So the 44% already includes, where they stand and stuff. And the defense use. The padded circuit is hit for 25 damage, as we have seen before. And the body is hit for 10. Yeah? So 90%, because our weapon is 90% or 50% effectiveness of 30 to 50. So let's say we hit him with 50% effective, that would be 25. So we actually went for the maximum here. And then, yeah, that's what came through. 10 damage to the body. We can do it again. But we miss. With the crossbow, we've used that before. You can see if we shoot at him, there's a risk of hitting him because he's kind of in the way. And then, therefore, the chance to hit is really low. But we'll do it anyway because I want to move this guy somewhere else as well. Okay, that wasn't too good. Let's reload. And for him. With him I want to go here. He won't be able to attack, but this guy, Hagen, he can still do something. Just by me, I decreased his mode. He's now wavering. Wavering means minus 10% attack and defense. He won't be able to attack, so let's end the turn for him. It's called turn or run? It's turn, right? Yes. Now with him, we can attack. Let's do the normal attack. This is for like a swing attack for 3 tiles, and this is against shields. So you can see 65% chance to hit because he's surrounded. If an enemy is surrounded by 2 of your guys, that would include dogs if you have them, you get a 5% bonus to the chance to hit. Or 5% points actually. And if I had a third brother standing here, it would be 70% because it goes up by +5 starting with the second. So let's attack and hope for the best. Very good. Lots of damage. As you can see, chance 65, we rolled a 29. The padded circle is hit for 78 damage and has been, which also means it looks destroyed and we can't find it as loot if we manage to. His body is hit for 16 damage and suffers exposed ribs. That's an injury. You can look up what it does when your guy injured or in the Wikipedia. He is breaking. His head is hit for 20 damage because we hit his head and his ribs. That's quite nice. Pretty cool, the axe. And he's fleeing now. And also this guy is now. The fact that he's fleeing means that when his turn he will try to escape because he's in out of control. An attack of opportunity. He has an increased chance to escape, I think, because he's fleeing. You can also manually let your guys flee, all of them, by pressing Y here. Yeah, with him we could throw our net, we could also move in. Because he's already a bit scared, we can actually risk it. And now he's even breaking. We can do the cleave attack, 20 to 35 damage, or we can go for this attack. And this would be an attack to the head, I think, to behead him. Chance to hit, 56%, that's good enough. He has no headgear, and we could be able to keep more. That would be very good to get armor from your enemy for your guys because it's safe, and you can also sell it. But unfortunately we miss, roll an 83. These two guys will be dangerous. Okay, that's what the problem. He's liable to injuries quite a bit. We need to be very careful now. We can't really shoot at them, but we've got clear 51% chance. Let's do it. We hit him. Leave that open on the left for the moment. He's now wavering. We reload. And I'm actually going to walk him forward so we can get a close range attack maybe, if need be. Now we could go for a normal shot. That would be a 36% chance to hit. Or we can go for an aimed shot, only shoot once but have a 55% chance. In the circumstances I prefer that. And we hit him. He is breaking now, which is very good. He's near death. Armor is gone. And he has 2 injuries. Now with him, we can go for a normal attack. And we can also, that's a specialty of this mace type of weapon, we can try to knock him out. Also inflicts some damage, much less. But there's a 75% chance to stun the enemy. It also uses up more experience points. I will actually try to kill him. Let's go. We will not get the armor, but it's okay. Okay, he's being as well. With the spear guy, we will move. As soon as we are next to him, he will shoot. The crossbow can still shoot if it's loaded. And we kick him, but he's also fleeing now. But we will get an attack of opportunity anyway, so I'd rather attack this guy. His armor is gone. With him, because this uses up 6 action points, we can't reach him. We can move away now from him without triggering an attack of opportunity, because he is fleeing. It's the same when they are. That's been patched. So 70% chance to kill him. Here we go. There we go. Now this guy is only wavering. We can still move. So let's go here. He left the cleaver. And that triggered a morale check. And he is now fleeing. Now there's a high risk of losing Gerold. I'm moving down with him so I get clear sight to shoot. He has an armed with a shield. That obviously doesn't help our chance to hit, but we nevertheless do. And we need to go here with him. We can do it because he's fleeing. And I will try to knock him out. I could also try to push him back actually with the shield. Well, let's try. Okay, we've knocked him out. That's good. With the crossbow, we will shoot at Hogarth as well. Okay, and now we can't reload because we've walked. Tough luck. With him, we need to attack him. We could go swing attack, but the swing attack is up to 6 targets actually. Yeah, it's actually an entire swing. We won't do it because he's in the way. Okay, we decapitated him and he lost the morale check. We will move forward. Prepare for the future. We've got a net, but I don't think we will need it. It helps a lot because they get debuffs and we'll try to get out of the net and we get an increased chance to hit. Let's move away. And as you see, he's stunned. That means he doesn't hurt us. I could actually have attacked him. I forgot that, my mistake. We will actually move in here so he can't escape. We will get an attack of opportunity. As soon as he tries to move away, he's on anyway. We might kill him. We killed well, attack of opportunity. Now he's not stunned any longer. We attack him with an aim shot to increase the odds. And we hit him again. I would very much like to get the armor, but we won't. We don't have any weapon like a dagger or a knife to kill him without any armor. He will just stay up there. The X guy moves in for the morale. He has decent armor, so he won't be killed. Or at least most likely not. Try to knock him out again. Can't work. Now his fatigue is built up, as you can see here. You recover 15 fatigue each turn under normal circumstances. So if you make a build or design a build with certain perks and abilities and stuff, skills, you need to pay attention to fatigue. So you know that you have like a build that utilizes the skills most. He will just stay there. Now it's unfortunately Hogarth's time. He's doing a shield wall and also repost. As you can see, we can see here what he did at the bottom of the pop-up. A repost means if we miss, we will get attacked. We only have a 48% chance to hit, and here you can also see armed with shield wall, and riposte. Shield wall increases the melee defense by I think 25% or something. And if you have two enemies standing next to each other with a shield wall, it is your bonus for every adjacent brother with a shield wall. Okay, I won't do that because the risk of being attacked is high, but what we can do is try to destroy his shield. 100% chance to hit, here we go, and the shield is gone. He won't get attacked because he's far enough away, so riposte doesn't help, and we will shoot. Aim shot didn't work. And now let's shoot with him. Okay, we missed as well. We could attack with him. 81%, that's good enough. He's surrounded, so 10% are just coming from being surrounded. Then there's the 20% bonus from using a spear. So that's worth the risk. He's now fleeing. And the armor is still intact. Maybe we get the armor if we get really lucky. Battle stats, I've explained that in a previous episode. How many kills, the XP are distributed. And we don't get the armor, but we gain a trade good sold. It says worth 340, so you should sell it for at least maybe better, even more. Roots and berries is food. If you have a variety of food, it gives you a morale boost. Crowns, tools and supplies, that's good. Ammunition and 2 weapons that are not great, but the cleaver ain't that. Now we press Y to get everything and leave. It's a good tip, expect to lose some men. So Hogarth is dead. Let's get back with his head. But we did have a level up. So let's do that first in case we get attacked. It is Hagen. It's good melee skill and a talent defense. He has a good health and good resolve. That makes me think that we develop him into a that focuses on light armor and dodging. Yeah, because he doesn't have a bonus in fatigue, so we can't level up his fatigue a lot in order to make him like a proper tank. Or we use him in the second line of fighting. But look at this. I will actually go to the Wikipedia again, and it will be in the link as well. So, for example, the level up, you go around here, you can do 3 things. Press A, and the good thing is you need to press plus in order to confirm it, so that's good. I will deactivate the tooltips now. So HP, regular, we get 2 to 4, so 3 is decent. He has 70 because of the trait that he's fed. Now fatigue, he gets 2 to 4, so rolling a 4 here is really good, we should do it. Resolve, he rolls a 2 to 4, but he has 1 star, so he rolls a 3 to 4, so having a 3 here is not fantastic. Initiative, he can roll a 3 to 5, so 4 is okay. Melee, regular would be 1 to 3, and with 2 stars, it's actually always 3. And then we are interested in melee defense. Melee with 1 talent or star gives us 2 to 3, so 2 is great. This basically means fatigue you need, even for like dodgy build. We would need initiative for a dodgy build, but it could be a 5 as well, so I'm not too interested. We definitely go for melee attack, and we will go to defense. It's the lowest we could get for defense. Alternatively for health, because health is 2 to 4, we could go for once to just give it this little extra edge, because dodgy nimble build kind of focuses on health as well. So we should do it. Okay. Now we can also give him a perk. They come in levels, so as soon as you have 1 level up, this is what you can do. Second one, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, 7th, and you get perks up to level 11, so 10 in total, I think. We won't look at all of them in detail, or maybe we should a little bit at least. So I activate the tooltip again. Student gives you an additional 20% experience from battle, and at the 11th character you get it back basically, so you can put it to something else. So I think you should, unless this in very special circumstances like dire situations, you should always go for that with the brothers you want to keep, because they have potential, like this guy for example. Recover, you can reduce the fatigue by 50%, but it uses up all action points. This will be important for your melee guys that actually also attack, not like a tank who might just stand around in mid and late game, because the fights last much longer. Adrenaline puts you in the first in the order for the next round, to have another turn before your enemy. But I never really used it that much, but maybe I should. Pathfinder reduces the costs for movement in all terrain to a minimum of 2 action points per tile, and also the fatigue reduced. So this is pretty good if you have like a fast guy, like maybe this, who rushes around the battlefield, or maybe to scout or attack high value targets. For example, they have like eggs and they spawn new spiders during the battle. Not infinite number of spiders, but they do spawn quite a few. Bag else gives you more bags. and they no longer give you a penalty to maximum fatigue, which can be pretty cool. 9 lives is not so good. If you receive a killing blow, you have a high chance of surviving, but you get a permanent injury. If you don't have that, your characters still have a small chance of survival. Colossus increases your hit points by 25% and thus reduces the chance to sustain injuries during battle. This is pretty good. And he will get it, but I will give him student first. Crippling strikes is also cool. It lowers the threshold to inflict injuries by 33%. So if you have and injuries, I will show you in a second, really have like strong debuffs. Fast adaptation. Every time you miss, you get a plus 10% chance for the next attack, and that stacks. I really like that for archers. In particular, if you want to take out high value targets, or if you fight against something like goblins who are very hard to hit, it helps a lot. But I think, the general opinion is that some people don't really like this particular perk. I do. So let's go for student. I think there's a potion you can craft to reset the perks. Not 100% sure. So let's click through. Here you can see this armor is gone. He's now starting to repair it, but this armor is so shite, we will just give him this. And we won't repair it. It would actually be cool to just trash it, because it's worth nothing. Then we have here he's injured. It'll take some time to heal up. It doesn't say how long, or no, it does. Wounds 2 days. But what's worse, he has an injury, a Achilles tendon, for 3 to 5 days. And he's actually a decent guy, so I don't want him to die. Now the threshold for him was really low because his armor was shite, so he was hit hard. Okay, now I can't. I think that's a bug. I don't know why that happens after battles or something. I can't pull him. We'll try in a second. I want to put him into reserves. Because the cut Achilles tendon, pretty bad injury. 2 additional action points per tile moved, and minus 30% initiative. He's also content for now with being in reserve. So injured guys are happy to be in reserve if they have a trait injury, basically. And some characters are always happy to be in reserve, like cowards, I think, for example. Yeah. And also you need medical supplies in order to cure injuries. Let's head towards Talbach and actually take a look again if we can. It's a bug. It happened to me before because I can't drag him. Yeah, I will be reporting it. Well, it should work in a bit again. Happened before. Arnulf joins our set. Got a moment, Captain. The battle has left some gear worse for wear, and some men got a good nick in too. We can patch up both men and equipment. But it's while marching, but it's a lot faster to send and do it. Of course, if we make camp, we should be wary of ambushes. The campfire in these parts can be seen from every which way. I'll keep it in mind. Yeah, we could pitch a tent like this, but we would be seen. And can be seen and can be attacked, like I said before, but we don't need to speed up the healing process right now. Let's actually rather try if we can move him. Yes, we can move him again. I don't know why it's taking some time. Maybe because this pop-up was kind of already triggered in the background, I'm uncertain. It's not a major issue, because usually you don't have one fight right after the other. Okay, we return to Talbach as Vic, coin in hand, you raise your as brothers. Okay, you did well, Cap. Where you lead us, the men will follow you as in battle. I think this concluded the tutorial. Not this tutorial campaign, but the tutorial. Maybe we are going to recruit someone. Oh, interesting, but very expensive. A wild man. Oh, there's a hunter. As you can see, quite expensive. He also has an advanced bow. Day tailors are pretty decent in my opinion. You can get really lucky with these. For example, on average they have 52 melee, but where is it? Day tailor. There we go. They can have up to 57 melee attack, which is not too bad. They are quite cheap. Let's actually recruit him and see if we get lucky. I won't try him out. It would cost us 42. It actually says there it would cost 42. He's rather cheap, so let's just go for him. If we don't like him, we let him die. He has high melee defense and also very high resolve. Starting points are rather low. He ain't great. Let's give him the cleaver and a shield. If he dies, it doesn't really matter too much, I think. Alright, if you have questions, post in the comments, and in the next episode we will do some contracts. Thanks a lot for watching. Until then, bye for now.